if Krishan Rock wanted a rebrand, if she was like, you know what, I'm sick of the reality TV space, I want something completely new, completely different, I would suggest either really leading into like the child media, child development space. If you want to stay a fighter, fine, get paid for it. Be a professional fighter. MMA, boxing, WWE. Go back to your roots. You were previously a track star. Let's get back to it. Or, and this is like really like left field, just lean into acting, like a serious, legitimate actress. Also, whatever path she were to take, it would be imperative for anger management classes, like in-depth, serious anger management courses. Because in order for this pivot, regardless of which path, to be successful and to stick, people would need to feel safe around you and know that you aren't going to put your hands on them if you get upset or if they say something that you don't like. I don't know if there is any drug use, but if there is, we would need to do rehab, detox, all that. Get you on a clean slate. We would have you touch base with a nutritionist just to make sure you're consuming balanced, nutritious meals and just as healthy as possible. But with the child development and like the child media, I would recommend doing like a child book series. Maybe you will touch on different topics that will be relevant to children in that stage of life, right? So maybe talking about potty training, their first steps, you know, how to make friends, how to share, how to play nice. And I think it could be cool to incorporate characters with like different abilities, different complexions, almost like Sesame Street style, right? You really want every child to see themselves and to be represented, and different family types to be represented. I think even doing like voiceover work on different like kids shows could be cool too. I think just like really immersing yourself within like the child media space, really leaning into like your identity as a mom, and making sure like the content you post on your social media pages are consistent with that image of being like wholesome, caring, and that can lend itself to like brand deals and collaborations with child-focused brands. Also, if she were to lean into the child media space, we would have to cover up the tattoos just to make it a little more child friendly. If she wanted to go down the fighting route, I think it could be really cool to document everything. Document the training. Document how you prepare for a fight. What's going through your head. How are you feeling after a fight? Just showing people the journey of becoming a professional fighter. If we were to go the track route, I think similarly to the fighting route, document everything. So document like how you prepare for your track meets, you know, what you eat, what you wear, how you're feeling before a race, after a race. So I'm preparing for blah, blah, blah race coming up. Here's what my preparation looks like. Here's what I did. Here's what I do. Here's how I placed. And I think that could lend itself to like a brand collaboration with like an athleisure brand, maybe Puma, Adidas, just really leaning into the athletic space. Your social media persona and image would have to be in alignment with that. Maybe just really making sure you're posting like health conscious things, during like your workout routines, just really immersing people in your world as an athlete. Maybe even dating an athlete would make sense too. So maybe we can pair you with like another track athlete or an NBA player, NFL player, hell, WNBA, whatever you like, you know. And then the last one, the real wild card, will be going into acting, right? So we would pair you up with like a world-renowned acting coach, make sure you feel comfortable and confident in your acting skills, start putting you in commercials and small guest star roles. And then from there, as you gain confidence and as you build your resume, we can lead into maybe like sitcom work, you know, feature film work. Maybe we can even have you do a stint on Broadway. And I think documenting your journey as like a serious actress, like what is it like transitioning from reality TV to the world of Hollywood, like as a real legitimate actress. But I think regardless of whatever path she takes, in addition to the anger management, it would be imperative to cut off anyone who is toxic and anyone who enables bad behavior. So you're gonna have to cut all those people off, because this wouldn't be like a temporary pivot. This would be like a permanent, like long-term pivot. Like you really are gonna change your persona and who you are and how you're perceived. Those are my suggestions on rebranding for Krishan Rock. Okay, bye.